Hi, welcome back to Austin Loves Movies. Today I'm going to talk about a show that I really love, but I think it's very unappreciated, very unloved, and I think it's very much of an underdog of a show, and that is Reba. It ran from 2001 to 2007 for 6 seasons, and it stars Reba McEntire as Reba Hart, Christopher Rich as Brock Hart, Melissa Peterman as Barbara Jean Hart, Joanna, keep forgetting her name, Joanna Garcia Swisher as Cyan Hart Montgomery, Van Montgomery, played by Steve Howey, Scarlett Palmers as Kara Hart, and Mitch Holloman as Jake Hart. So, let's talk about the plot. It starts with a woman played by Reba McEntire, so Reba Hart, who is a single mother now. She's going through a divorce from her husband, Brock, because he decided to leave her and have an affair with Barbara Jean. And then on top of that stress, Cyan decides to get pregnant at 17. So Reba is having a very, very hard time and is very, very stressed. And I just kind of want to talk about how good this show really is and how funny it is. So I kind of want to start off with Van and Cyan. They are the young couple who Cyan gets pregnant, and they're both stereotyped. Cyan is this dumb, blonde cheerleader, while Van is a dumb jock. And he really has nothing good about him except for football. And you see, they live in Texas, so a lot of the show mentions barbecue, church, and football. And so, what I really like about these characters, though, as these seasons grow up, they go from that stereotype and they really go into these very real adult type characters. They have problems, they fight. Cyan at one point suffers from alcohol abuse, and Van goes through kind of a midlife crisis, even though he's probably in his 20s. So, their chemistry together is absolutely amazing, and you believe that they could really pass off as a husband and wife. And going back to Van, Cyan definitely grows much more into a mature adult. Van, he does grow, but not as much as Cyan. He's still kind of a man-child. He still takes things as a joke, and you can kind of see throughout the later seasons, probably the last 2 seasons, that Cyan is just kind of sick of it. They're not in high school anymore. And she starts to feel like the only reason they got married is because she had her daughter Elizabeth, which kind of really was the reason they got married. And she really doesn't know her husband anymore, which I kind of find weird because he hasn't really changed. If anything, Van probably didn't know Cyan because he really has changed a lot. So going from that, Steve Howey has absolutely amazing chemistry with everyone, especially Melissa and Reba. You see, Van, in the middle of the series, gets injured at a football practice, and I believe he gets hemorrhoids, and he has to stop playing football. And so he doesn't know what to do. And he just kind of lays on the couch for a few days, kind of feeling sorry for himself. And that's where his midlife crisis comes in, and all of a sudden he has a bright idea that he wants to be a real estate agent and wants to work with Reba because I think she gives him a little advice to try to find his calling in life. And so he takes that as being her co-worker, which at first he's not thrilled. And as time goes by, they become a really good team. He gets really good at his job. And Reba actually starts enjoying working with him. And then his chemistry with Melissa Peterman is hilarious. They have this really comedic vibe together because those two characters are the main comedic relief. Even though everyone in that show is funny, or at least most of the people in that show are funny, those two are really what makes the show the comedy part of this. And it's fun to watch. And then you can't talk about the show without Melissa Peterman and Reba McEntire's chemistry together. There's absolutely some funny scenes involved with them, which in the first two seasons kind of make those episodes. Because you can see Reba just want to strangle Barbara Jean so bad. Because Barbara Jean practically broke up her marriage. And she took her husband. And she kind of wants to play mother to the kids. And Reba is absolutely not okay with that. And at first, you can really understand why Reba wants to strangle her. Because Barbara Jean does say some things like what she did was good, even though she didn't. And it's definitely played up for comedy. And it's just fun to watch. You can see a couple times people holding Reba back before she actually strangles Barbara Jean. And I think the irony of it is her and Melissa are best friends in real life. Melissa has been known to be seen at Reba concerts. Once in a while, she'll actually go jump on stage with Reba and sing. And every time she does that, they start singing I'm a Survivor, the theme song from the show. And a lot of the times people ask when Melissa has a show or Reba has a show, out of all her co-stars, and Reba has even said this, people request Melissa and her to have a reunion because that's how funny they were and that's how believable they were. Even though in the beginning Reba hated her, they did sort of become friends throughout the seasons, and they actually became really close and best friends in real life. So then you have the middle child, Kara, who I can't really stand. She's too moody, she's too negative all the time, and actually in some episodes, she's just downright mean. And she's just not really that fun to watch. And this is not about the actress. The actress, Scarlett Palmer, did a great job as Kara. But Kara was written as she thinks she's an edgy teenager, but she's really not. And then you have the youngest child, Jake, who's just kind of there. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. He's just there. And then you have Brock, who, he's definitely the main part of the show. He's the reason why these events happened, except for the Van and Cyan thing. But I haven't really been crazy about Brock. He just kind of annoys me, and I think maybe they did it on purpose because they definitely wanted you to be on Reba's side and kind of really empathize and sympathize with her. So maybe that's why they did it. Brock definitely had some good moments, but I just wasn't really crazy about him. So I want to talk about the popularity of the show. It did well when it ran, but after the final episode, which was 15 years ago, it just kind of faded into history. It's like nothing happened, and I think it's a real disappointment because it is a good show. It's funny, and I think a lot of people don't give it credit as it should be. And plus, Reba's a really good actor too. She's not just a great singer, she's really good as an actor. And when you talk about TV shows, at least the top 5 I hear people talk about is Friends, Schitt's Creek now, Big Bang Theory, Grey's Anatomy, and there was another one, but I forgot. So, at least those are the 4 that I kind of always hear. And they're good shows, but compared to Reba, those shows still live on. Like, when Friends came out, or the Friends the Reunion came out, until Harry Potter reunion, that was the biggest reunion special there ever was. Not just in movies, but in all entertainment fields. People loved Friends so much. And apparently HBO Max really got a rise when Friends came out. The reunion. And also the TV show, all 10 seasons, came out. But this is not going to be about a Friends part, so let's move on. And then you have the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And then the Harry Potter reunion, which is personally why I got HBO Max. I just love Harry Potter. But I think Reba should have a reunion, because it is a good show and I love these characters. Somebody asked Reba in an interview one time, I believe, that would she like to do a sequel of the show, and she was on board, or at least a reunion, because apparently those have been popular, and thanks to the Friends reunion. So this show is very much loved for me. I don't know a lot of people. It feels like it's in the dark and not a lot of people like it. So really, those are my thoughts on the show. And just one more thought. The first 3 seasons are absolutely, perfect. They're all hilarious. They're very enjoyable to watch. The last half of the series, so the last 3, they're enjoyable, but it doesn't have as much spark as the first 3, and plus they kind of really dragged on is Barbara Jean and Brock breaking up, then is Cheyenne and Van breaking up. So kind of too much drama. More than comedy. So those are my thoughts on Reba. I hope you really liked this video. And if you do, please... sorry, I cannot talk today. Please put what you think down in the comments. I would appreciate it. Thank you.